Nowadays, there are so many people who call themselves prophets, that put themselves out there as prophets. There's a lot of people that seem to be moving in the prophetic. But let me reveal something to you biblically that you need to understand. Elijah made a statement and he said, I'm the only one that remains. And God had to correct him and say, you're not the only one. I have 7,000 other prophets that are hidden. And this is what God showed me. Out of 7,000 prophets, there will always be one genuine prophet that God brings out and exposes him or her to the public. Only one. Meaning there will always be one Elijah that is moving prophetically by God out of 7,000. But nowadays, there's 7,000 prophets who have placed themselves publicly, who have exposed themselves publicly when God did not call them, when God did not place them, and they seem to be moving in the prophetic. They seem to be moving in liberation, in deliverance, but that does not mean that they carry the presence of God. There's a difference between the gift and the calling. Sending yourself out and God sending you out. There's a major difference. So now in this day, there's a difference. Everything is in reverse. What does this mean? Just because you see a man of God who calls himself a prophet or who moves in the prophetic, I'm not demeaning the prophetic ability or the prophetic grace that God has placed in their life. What I'm getting at is the placing and the calling. Many have called themselves, many have placed themselves, and others have corrupted themselves by turning away from the original source, the original source, which is God, and going after a corrupted source. That's a whole other topic. The point I'm getting at is, you young prophet that's hidden, keep yourself hidden. Learn to hear the voice of God in secret so you could then speak for him in public. But for those of you who are seeking guidance or knowledge in the prophetic, or who are simply seeking to know God more, be careful with who you listen to. This is why Paul says, test every spirit. This means that you have the right. I feel the presence of God so heavy right now. Every believer has the right to test every spirit. Paul didn't say, test the spirits of the unbelievers. Test every spirit. This means that test even those who are coming to you with a prophetic word. Test even those who are flowing or seem to be flowing in the prophetic. Test the source. Test the spirit. Because chances are they are part of the 7,000 that aren't hidden. They're part of the 7,000 that went out themselves. So this passage reveals that in God's nature, he will always bring out one Elijah, but keep 7,000 hidden. Nowadays, there's 7,000 who have called themselves and one Elijah that's hidden. It should be the other way around. Listen to what the Spirit is saying.